Hey guys, so today we are going to be searching a $25 penny box. Now, I got it from the bank yesterday, and I'm going to go through the whole box and score it up to see how good of a box it is. I will show you all the enders and the score sheet right now. So this is the score sheet, so if you want to read it, you can pause it and go over it, and on there it says low mintage and key date. We know that by this paper right here. You can't see it that well because of the tape, but I can read it here in person. On this side we have all the key date pennies with their mintages, and over here we have the low mintage penny dates with mintage with mint marks. Now, here is the box. Now, I was worried when I opened this because on here it says Loomis, March 7th, 24. So I was like, oh great, did I just get a full box of uncirculated 2024s? I opened and I let out a sigh of relief because thank God it isn't. Now this, if I can get it out, is the closest thing to an under we have. So here, let you take a look at that. See that 1950D? Now if you look around the edge, it's a 1959. Literally the only year in the 50s that wouldn't be a wheat penny. This is the closest thing to an under that I have. Nothing else in there is. So I'll open this 59 Denver with you in a second, and we'll go from there. So here we are with that 59 Denver, and the thing is with these Loomis rolls, I know a lot of people will take it on the edges and rip it right open, but I don't do that because I don't want to use too many of the other rolls myself. I'll just reuse these, save paper. And so to open it, I use this little guy on my pocket knife, my Swiss Army. So I'll take it under the edge. Now, it's not sharp, so it doesn't rip through the paper, but as you can see, it's pulling the edge up, and when I get one up a little bit, that one actually ripped. I've never had that happen before, but, so this roll is going to be garbage. So sadly, I'm going to have to use another one. But if you're very, very careful, you can get it up without an issue. So I'll just, since it already ripped, why not just take this edge and let's unroll it. So, is there anything we could pull out by the edge? I don't think so. So, let's just throw that in the garbage. And let's get into the roll. Okay, so if you paused and watched, you see that we're not saving any of the shields unless, I go back later and decide it's a really good one. We're looking for San Francisco 2009s. We want copper pennies, any wheat pennies. Oh, look what popped out right there. Okay. So, wheat reverse up. So let's see if we can get a date reveal here. So, you're looking on the back. The details are still there. I'd put this in the late 40s. Let's see. Really? A 56. Okay, well, that's still 5 points on the board for us. So that is an excellent find right there in roll number 1. So if we keep this up, we'll be having a great time with this box. So with the point system, the reason I do it is because I actually saw it from Quins Coins. I'll give a shout out to him, put a link in the description. But the thing is that him and his brother Kevin did these coin competitions. So me and my brothers are going to be doing a few of those if we haven't already. Do you see that? Okay, so sorry, I need to stop myself. Wheat penny. This is a 2 penny roller. 2 wheat penny. Okay. This one I'd put in the 40s. Another 50s? 53D. Okay, that's still 5 points. Okay, so 10 points, 2 wheats in the first roll. That is amazing. And I thought this box was going to be a bust because we didn't have any enders. So let's go through here. Just so you know, the reason I'm like shocked when I see them is because I'm looking through my camera to see what you guys see, so you don't miss anything that I see, or, you know, I see something different. 84, and the last one is the 59 Denver. Okay, so that's a copper. I'll go through these coins that are out here, see if I missed anything, and I'll bring you back in for the next great find. So I spread this roll out like I usually do, and I saw something that piqued my interest right here. So it's date up, but I saw it was a 56. So we've got a wheat cent there. So let's quickly go through, see if we've got any other wheat reverse. And we don't. But I'll pull you back in when I find something else. 2 rolls later, and look what popped out. I also remembered to finally stick my glove on. So, let's look at this. 1 cent reverse, and it's a 1957 Denver. So I'll bring you back again if we find anything good. So in that same roll, out comes this coin, which looks like it has a giant chunk of metal on the edge. So I don't know what that is. If you have any ideas, please let me know below. And I'll let you know when we find another good coin. So I open the very next roll, and look what I see. So it's coming out reverse side up again. So let's get a date reveal on this one. I think it's going to be 50s. So 3, 2, 1. Another 57 Denver. Look at that. So I'm not going to pull you out for every wheat penny from here on. I'll just pull you in for the better ones, pre-40s, and possibly any other errors or even Canadians that I'll find. So I'll see you in a bit. I was going through this roll, and I see this 1956 right here that I said I wasn't going to pull you in for, but then right below it, I got our first 2009 of the box, a birth in early childhood. So that is amazing. Now, also, between now and when I pulled you in last, we found a 52 Denver and a 49 wheat. So that is amazing, and I'll bring you back in again when we find something interesting. So I just went about 4 rolls, and then this guy popped out right here. It's a 1983 Young Head penny. Oh, sorry, that's not a Young Head. I think that's the Tiara. Young Heads were minted until 64. So this is just going to count as a copper coin for us because it's not on our Canadian sheet at all. So once again, I'll pull you in with my next find. So in that roll, we got another 2009. And this one is going to be Professional Life, the 3rd in the series. So we'll add that one there. Now, once again, if we get all 4 reverses for the 2009, we get 5 extra points. And in that same roll, we also found another Canadian from 1994. So once again, that's just a copper value in my eyes. So we haven't done one of these in a while. So let's just get into this roll and open it live. The ends are popping out in my hand. So, is there anything I can see? No, I just see some thick copper edges, really. So, but get that off. Throw that down there. So I'm going to move you over here so we can both see. I don't know what that is. 81, 81, 97. 82s you have to check. Bunch of 2000s. Flip. 2004. 84, 2 years off from possibly being copper. 75, there we go. That's good. Got 71, 79. These rolls actually have quite a bit of copper, which is surprising to me because I've not been getting a lot of copper in my ones that I haven't put in a video. 71. Oh, look at that. Another 2009. So let me bring this up here and we'll find out together what it is. Oh, birth and early childhood. So that's a duplicate. We already have that one. So I'm going to throw all of the zinc pennies in there. And I'm going, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 copper. Possibly 11. So how I tell this is I turn on my scale. Zeroed it out. Sorry about that. Can you like not? There we go. So you put it on. Since it's roughly 3.1, that is a copper. If it was roughly 2.5, it would be a zinc. So I'll open my next rolls and get back to you when we have something that's worth sharing. So look at this, guys. I pulled out a 1971 San Francisco. So that means that this is worth 3 points, and it also counts towards the copper value. So that is amazing. Our first San Francisco of the box. So let me just look through the rest of this really quick. See if we've got anything else that's worth sharing. 67, 72, 82. Oh, look at that. Okay, so let's see what this is. It came wheat stalks up. So let's flip it. And a 1952. That's nice. That's a beautiful, beautiful Wheatie. So let's keep looking. See if there's anything else. I don't think I fully explained the score sheet, actually. So, with the score sheet, I keep points, and any box that has over 80 is considered a good box. But to be a box that I actually would want, like to be happy with getting from the bank, I'd want at least 100 points on it. So that's why I keep track to see how good it is. And once I get a few boxes in a row from a bank that have dried up where I'm not getting hardly any points, I'll give it a little bit before I go back or switch over to another branch. So I'll play it back in when I get something else. So in that roll, I found our next San Francisco, a 1973, 2 years after our 1971 from earlier. So I decided to open 5 rolls before I brought you back in with all the finds. Now, what you see on screen is just a giant pile of copper. This is just a brilliant 63 copper penny. Now I'm going to send that to the side just because it's so nice. Now, in those 5 rolls, we also got 2 Canadians. So this one's a 1980 again. And this one's an 85. So all 80s Canadians that we have coming out today. And then the last two that I found was a 1949 wheat and a 1947 wheat. So that is just amazing what we're finding in these rolls. And I'll bring you back in after the next 5. So in the next 5 rolls, we found all of this copper. Another Canadian. This time from, I flipped the wrong way. 1969. So that is a older Canadian, the oldest that we found today. And among those 5 rolls, we found 3 wheat pennies, a 45, a 56 Denver, and a 44. So those are all going to be added to the score, and I will get you after the next 5 rolls. So apart from all of this copper in front of you that I found, I also found a 1955, if it'll focus, there you go, 1955 wheat cent in pretty rough condition actually, but still 5 points for us. I found a 2009, once again a repeat of the birth and early childhood, and the best part of it all, a 1970 San Francisco. So that means we have a 70, a 71, and a 73 San Francisco from this box. So I'll be back after the next 5 rolls. So this is the copper from those 5 rolls, and we actually didn't find a single wheat penny out of that, but we did end up finding 3 2009 formative years, and this one on the end right here is probably the best example I've ever had come out of a box. So I'm really happy about that. Also, we got a few other great example coins. This 1968 is really shiny, still has a lot of its luster on it. It's beautiful. This 2008 is probably the best example I've seen come out for that. This 2006, I know it's got some spotting, but this is probably the best one I've seen come out of a roll. And this 2007 is probably the best I've seen come out. So that's weird. A 2006, 7, 8, and 9 were the best examples I've seen come out. So I'm going to go through, I have 11 rolls left, so I'm going to open 10 and go through those. And then I'm going to go through the last one here with you. So I'll be right back. So this is what I got from the 10 rolls. And as you can see, we have a huge pile of copper here. So we had a few finds. And the interesting part about that is we found 2 brand new, well, not brand new, but new to this search, 2009, what's that? Formative years, yes. And another birth and early childhood. We found a 1940 wheat penny. And this one's fun because it's a 1949 San Francisco. So the San Francisco is 3 points, but since it's in the 40s, it's worth 6. So we're going to use that score instead of the San Francisco score. Now, we also got a 68 and 80 Canadian penny. So those are only worth copper. Sorry. We got a 1972 Canadian worth the copper. And then, finally, a young head. 1953. That is the first year young head pennies in Canada were produced. So this is a 5-point coin right here. So if you want to see it a little better, here, I'm going to grab my stand. That's what came out of the last 10 rolls that we did. This is the whole box. that's just copper. So when we're done going through this roll together, I'm going to take all of that, weigh it up after I tear out this cup on the scale, add it all up, and see how much just the copper weighs. So that's going to be that. Then I'm going to have to take the weight of the Canadians, the weight of the San Franciscos, and the weight of all the wheat pennies to see what we get as a copper content. And I'll move that into a percentage for the box. I see most people who do this get an average of 15 to 20% of the box is copper when they go and do it. This is actually the first time I've pulled out the copper in a box to see, and this is a lot more than I thought would be in a box. I'll just tell you that. So I'll clean this up, I'll put it in a container, and we'll get into this last roll together. So here we are, the last roll here. Let me move my scale up there, so if we need it, we can see. So I'll take this. So we're going to go through, spread it out, and look at the edges, like normal. But also, I'm going to tell you how much copper is just in this roll after we're done looking through it. There we go. Let me move my camera. Okay. So, is that an 82? No, 84. So that's nothing, nothing, nothing. 85. On 67, that's a copper. 13, 19, 22, 76, that's a copper. Now, in case I didn't say it already, 82. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my scale and weigh that one. Just in case you didn't know or I didn't already say it, about half of 1982 pennies are copper, and about half are zinc. So that first one I pulled out is a zinc, but I have another 82 right here that is also zinc. So 81 Denver, that's a copper. 86, 21, 21, 13, 94, 68, that's a copper. 83, it's not copper. Why did I put it over there? I don't know. Anyway, copper also weighs 3.1 grams as a penny. So another 82. Let's weigh that. So that's how I'm telling apart if the 82s are copper or not. And that one is also zinc. So out of that whole roll, we only got 6 copper. That is actually a really weak roll copper. But right here, a 1968 San Francisco. That's a 3-point coin. Okay, so we have a 68S, a 70S, a 71S, and a 73S. That is a lot of San Francisco coins in one box. So I just want to show you, after I put it all in, that is what the copper bucket looks like. This is all the zinc. This is far more. So that's probably going to be about 20%. But like I said, I'll get the weights out on my scale, I'll add them up, and I'll bring you back with the scores, the wrap-up, and how much copper we got. So here we have it, guys, the wrap-up. We have 10 50 sweet pennies, 6 40 sweet pennies, a whole bunch of copper non-point Canadians, then this one 5-point young head. We have 10 2009s, and unfortunately we only got 3 of the 4, so we can't do it. We got the first, second, and third produced. The fourth is really hard to get, so I'm not really upset about that. We have this beautiful 63, and then this 76 over here. I think I'm going to count that as a cud for 5 points because that's what it looks like to me. Then we have the 68, 70, 71, and 73S. in these beautiful 2006, 2007, and 2008 coins. Now, onto the copper. This is all of the stacked copper. They're in rows of 10 by 10, 10 high, 10 wide. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 53 points right here, just in that. So I weighed it all up, and this is what we got, okay? 1,761.1 grams. That's 3.88 pounds of copper. Now, I took the points of the copper on the end here, and I also included, the reason it's up to 56 instead of 53 is because I took the 30 copper coins up there and put them in as well, just to give you an idea of the total copper in the box. And with everything besides the copper, we have a 124-point box. With the copper, it's 180. That is an amazing box. Absolutely amazing. So that is the wrap up of this, and I'll see ya on my way out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep checking your change, and I hope you really liked today's video. I enjoyed making it, I know that, and this is Pocket Pickers, signing out.